you are a new mom.
She's on cue crying over here.
Katie Lee's daughter Iris is making a little screen time cameo. And we've got the stories that define the week on People in 10. I'm ANDREA, bringing you everything you need to know about pop culture right now. We've got 10 minutes, so let's dive right in with the first 5, starting with Portia de Rossi's recent health emergency.
I find Portia on the floor on all fours, and I'm like, baby, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. And I said, well, you're okay if you're playing Twister by yourself, but you're not okay.
The actress underwent emergency surgery over the weekend due to appendicitis. And because of COVID, Ellen DeGeneres says she couldn't be with her wife in the hospital.
They sent me home and I'm crying because someone was chopping onions at the nurse's station.
Now that Portia is home and feeling much better, Ellen is revealing her plans for that appendix.
I'm going to auction off the appendix for charity. I'm kidding. It's going to go on eBay.
And Brooke Shields is opening up exclusively to People about her terrifying health scare.
I started to fear I would never walk again.
Brooke underwent multiple leg surgeries after she broke her right femur at the gym. She also developed a serious staph infection that required 3 blood transfusions. But going through the ordeal taught Brooke a lot about herself.
Whatever happens, how you respond is what defines you. And if anything, I'm a fighter.
This week, we learned what might have led to Anna Faris's past divorces.
During her Unqualified podcast, Anna Faris opened up to Gwyneth Paltrow about what she saw as flaws in her former 2 marriages.
Anna was previously married to Ben Indra and Chris Pratt.
My 2 other marriages were with actors, and I don't think we did a great job of eliminating competitiveness.
She is a very proud person, and that kind of hindered her in terms of being vulnerable with her partners.
Any hint of competitiveness and comparison, I didn't handle that very well, I don't think, and I hope I've grown from that.
Anna is now engaged to cinematographer Michael Barrett. They met on the set of the 2018 film Overboard.
For better or worse, baby.
He is someone who really stresses the importance of being honest with herself so that she can grow as a person.
Now onto the posts you've been loving this week. When Kim Kardashian's ear piercing started to close up, her BFF Lala Anthony was there to save the day by re-piercing it herself.
Ow, ow! Ow! It went through! Oh my god, she just re-pierced my ear.
That's one good friend. And Vanessa Bryant showed off a new tattoo honoring her late daughter Gianna, the word Mambasita on her arm.
Nico makes fun of me because he uses a single needle on me. Bato style.
Meanwhile, her 18-year-old daughter Natalia got inked for the 4th time alongside mom, the word muse. And Hollywood is saying goodbye to acting legend George Segal. The Goldbergs creator Adam Goldberg tweeted that he's honored to be part of Segal's amazing legacy.
Popcorn in 4 minutes!
Ooh, a cure for polio, a man on the moon, and now this?
Bob Saget shared a selfie with Segal saying he grew up loving his films. A heartbroken Josh Gad tweeted a still from the movie Love and Other Drugs to remember his film dad. And Melissa Joan Hart, who directed Segal on The Goldbergs, shared this photo of them together. Segal died of complications from a bypass surgery. He was 87 years old. And Melania Trump recently celebrated son Barron's first post-White House birthday.
Melania tweeted, "Happy birthday, BWT," for her son's initials, with a photo of what we assume are his birthday balloons, 2 black balloons that made out the age he just turned, 15.
But her birthday wishes divided opinion on the internet.
Melania's birthday message for her son Barron now has 4,000 comments and counting. Many users were scratching their heads, and some criticized what they considered the odd choice of black balloons for what should be such a cheerful post, while one user wondered why she would pick something so morbid.
But Melania had her defenders too.
Some users chimed in and said that Melania Trump needed to be given a break here. In particular, they said it was sick to criticize a mother who was just celebrating her son's birthday.
In this week's People, Demi Lovato is opening up about surviving trauma.
Anytime that you suppress a part of yourself, it's gonna overflow.
Her new YouTube docuseries, Demi Lovato Dancing with the Devil, tackles some tough topics. And Demi tells us what it meant to share her truth about her darker moments, including being raped at age 15.
It's freeing, it's empowering, it's liberating, and it really lets that anger that
was kind of inside of me, like just kind of dissolved.
In the tell-all, she also gets candid about her recovery from a near-fatal overdose in 2018.
I actually don't think people realize how bad it actually was. I'm really lucky to be alive.
I had a great sense of humor the entire time because I find that it's important to laugh when you can, and it's incredible how the human body just like adapts, and that's how I did move forward with it.
You can catch the full special with Demi on PeopleTV. Now, let's move on to some screen time. All right, I am joined now by cookbook author and co-host of Food Network's The Kitchen, Katie Lee Biegel. Her new cookbook, It's Not Complicated, is out now, and it's all about easy and delicious recipes. Katie Lee, how are you?
Hi, doing great.
For these final 5 minutes of the show, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. For question number 1, you have to give me 1 answer. For question number 2, you have to give me 2 answers, and so on. Let's get started. First up, like I said, your new book, It's Not Complicated, is all about recipes that are uncomplicated yet impressive. So I want to know, what is your one go-to recipe from the book on those nights where you are starving, but you have to make dinner quickly?
Well, I would say that my go-to is the roast chicken with croutons. That is the easiest roast chicken recipe you'll ever make. It's delicious, but it's not the quickest since you have to wait for it to bake. So I would say the fastest dinner in there is the skillet broiled shrimp. You can have dinner ready in less than 10 minutes and you only need about 4 ingredients.
I'm a terrible cook, so this is just perfect for me. So thanks for that.
All really easy.
Well, you are known for your delicious dishes, and anyone looking at your Instagram gets hungry immediately. But if you could only have 2 food items for the rest of your life, what 2 would those be?
Pizza and pasta. No carbs left behind.
What is the go-to for pizza? Do you have some favorite toppings?
I love just a pizza margarita. I'm real happy with that. And you know, you can't beat pepperoni.
You are a new mom. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You and your husband Ryan welcomed daughter Iris in September.
She's on cue crying over here.
Okay, so she already knows her name. Love the family photos on Instagram. So I'd love to know, and I'm sure there are a million, but what are the top 3 things you love about being a mom?
I just love being a mom. I knew that I was gonna enjoy it, but I had no idea that I would this much. My favorite thing is getting her up in the morning, going in there and seeing her little face smiling. That's the very best. She just started playing in a jumper and she loves that. And I'm making her food now. So it's really fun to watch her eat and enjoy food.
Is there a particular childhood memory that you have in the kitchen that you would love to recreate with Iris?
I do. When I was a little girl, my grandma always made biscuits with me every weekend. When I was a kid, I thought biscuit dough was Play-Doh. And I was always playing in the kitchen, and I'm just really looking forward to doing that with her.
That tastes like home.
What's been the most surprising thing about motherhood?
All the aches and pains. I didn't know that my body would hurt this much. I always have a backache, but it's worth it.
Okay. On your show, The Kitchen, you are constantly working alongside chefs and fellow food experts. So it made me wonder, besides your co-hosts, who are 4 people you love being in the kitchen with?
I love being in the kitchen with my husband. He is a great cook. He's been terrific when I'm really busy with Iris. He is taken over in the kitchen, and I used to not let him come near. It was my domain, and now I have kind of given up a little control of the kitchen, and I'm really happy that I have.
That's all she wrote.
I also love being in the kitchen with Bobby Flay.
Flay.
What's up?
He's a good friend of mine, and we've cooked together so many times, and I just think that he's the best. I love being in the kitchen with my friends more than anything. I love when everybody's got a stool and they're sitting there at the counter and I'm cooking and everybody's drinking wine and hanging out. And I think that's what everybody's missing the most these days, being with their friends and family. And I love having Iris in the kitchen. I've got her little chair in here and she just hangs out and coos the whole time.
In the introduction to your book, It's Not Complicated, you talk about how the title of the book is inspired by the movie It's Complicated because you feel that director Nancy Meyers is always creating these comforting environments in her movies. So it made me wonder, since this is a pop culture show, what are 5 TV shows or movies that you turn to when you're looking for some comfort?
Well, one of my favorite movies of all time is When Harry Met Sally.
Are you comfortable?
Sure.
I just love that movie. I love anything Nora Ephron did. Goodfellas is one of my favorites. I know that doesn't sound comforting, but for some reason it is. My husband makes fun of me because I love watching Narcos so much, and I tell him that for some reason it brings me a sense of comfort. I love Housewives.
Let's just each just have one glass of wine.
I watch Housewives to just kind of escape. New York and Beverly Hills are my favorite. And we just finished all of Downton Abbey. I had watched it before, but Ryan had never seen it, so redid all of Downton Abbey, and just the best. People say, what's your self-care routine? Mine is after I put the baby to bed, I watch TV.
Katie Lee, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, make sure you pick up a copy of our new cookbook, It's Not Complicated. It's out now. All right, time's up. See you next Thursday.